to another card tutorial. I am doing this card actually for AAA card challenge this week called Circles, and I'm going to be using various circles and this Just Saying Hello stamp to make a really cute, clean and simple, but vibrant and colorful card. So I'm going to start off stamping the hello from the Just Saying Hello stamp from Create a Smile Stamps, and I'm going to be inking that up using some VersaFine ink in black onyx. I'm going to be using my Misty to stamp all of this because I am going to be using solid stamps for the circles, and I want to make sure that they stamp correctly. So I'm inking up my stamp here, and I'm making sure I ink it up really well. I'm using the stamp again for the first time, so I want to make sure that it's all nice and seasoned. I'm going to stamp that down, and I'm stamping today hello from afar. I'm going to be sending these to one of my friends overseas, so I thought that would be a cute sentiment to use. But there are so many sentiments that say just wanted to say hello, hello dad and mom, hello baby, hello and smiles, hello my dear, hello my friend, hello sweetheart. There's so many different options with this sentiment set, and I love the sentiment sets from Create a Smile because they give you so many different possibilities, and they've got such great fonts and really unique sayings. Just going to clean off my stamp here, and then I'm going to get started with stamping the background. Now I'm going to be grabbing my circle stamps from the Going Graphic stamp, and you can see it has a whole bunch of different hexagons, triangles, circles, and things like that, and it's a great stamp to have in your arsenal for basic shapes. So I'm going to be using all the circles from the stamp set, and I'm going to be stamping them in various colors. Now I'm going to be using mainly inks from Ranger. I definitely need to invest in the whole set of these. I'm going to be using Cheese Puff and Wild Orchid. I love the vibrancy of these inks, and it's definitely something I want to have more of in my collection. But I didn't have the yellow, so I'm using some Chrome Yellow from, it's an archival ink from Ranger. And I'm just going to stamp these more than once. Just as I said, solid stamps and the first time stamping don't go over super well. So you have to stamp them a couple of times to get the any sort of manufacturing residue off of them. So that's why I stamp them using the Misty. I don't have to worry about stamping them or anything like that. I can always just go over them in the exact same place. Then I'm just going to rearrange the circles again. Now at this point, if you're making this card like I am, it's a good idea to stamp them in the same colors unless you want to really clean them really well, because sometimes the ink will transfer. And I'm super excited about the new Catherine Pooler inks that are coming out that I just got, because you're supposed to be able to stamp in black and then just wipe the stamp once and stamp in yellow, and it's not going to affect the color, which is super exciting. And I am going to be using those in a future video. So I'm just continuing on stamping. Again, use the same colors just to make your life easier and not worry about any sort of color contamination. So now you can see it's looking absolutely adorable, this card here, this card panel that I've made so far. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a couple of embellishments. Now I wanted to add some circles in some of those small areas between the letters and things like that, but unfortunately it is quite a small area, and I felt like the stamp would be overwhelming. So I thought I'd use some Nuvo drops because I can control how big I want them, and I'm going to use them in similar colors to what I used in the ink. So I'm going to be using the orange, yellow, and maybe some purple. I'm not too sure yet. So now I'm just going through with various Nuvo drops. You can see now I've added even more texture to the card, so now I have sort of a 3D embellishment. I'm also complementing my colors from the circles, and I'm getting into those areas that I wanted to stamp before that were just too small. I thought I would add some ivory seashell as well, which end up turning out like pearls in the end, and I thought that would be great. So set this aside to dry, and then you can make your card base and attach the card panel to the front of your card base. Now I recommend waiting for it to dry or attaching this before you add the Nuvo drops. Don't do what I'm doing, because I've ruined so many cards by accidentally getting my finger into the Nuvo drops themselves. It's just one of those do as I say, not as I do things in this situation. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back of the panel here and attach it to my card front, and that's going to be to the end of today's card tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this card. I absolutely love the way that it turned out. I love clean and simple cards. They can be super effective and lots of fun. So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for another video.